I think if you stay quiet, and I have a problem with it too. Sometimes I stay quiet and then I have a big explosion. That's normally how it happens for me.
During sex? I needed to lighten the mood a little bit.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
Hey guys, episode 157. If you're watching, excuse me how I look. A little rough today. I woke up with a sty. When's the last time you had a sty?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know, it kind of hurts. Don't you put a cucumber on your eye when you have a sty? I forgot. There's like a trick.
Is that a myth?
That you do. I don't know. It could be.
Thing?
I don't know. I thought it could be, but a little tired today. We just got back. We had a great trip in Chicago visiting Jeff's family. We had no delays.
Could have started with that instead of the sty.
Well, I just had to. I feel like I look like I know what you did last summer.
With the guy in the
fisherman?
slicker?
Yeah, with the hook. I just had to cover my face today because I didn't want people focusing on my fat eye, and I couldn't wear makeup.
Yeah. So anyways, we just got back from Chicago. By the way, I have so many mosquito bites, like on my ankles. I keep itching.
I know. I kept seeing, we were talking to Riley before this and you kept touching your ankle. It was driving me nuts.
Oh my God. During my show
Once
today.
you itch them, then it just keeps going.
They're like on the ankle. You know what I mean? Like right around the ankle.
So what did you do today when you were reading the prompter?
No, it was like at commercial.
Oh.
You know, like at commercial, I was like scratching like this, and Denise is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I got ate up in Chicago. I was sitting outside, and I got bit up. I forgot how humid. It wasn't super humid, but I forgot that humidity. That's Chicago weather. You know what I mean? It's hot out.
They
muggy.
didn't touch me.
Dude, they love me. The mosquitoes love me, and they're not so bad here in Denver, but in Chicago they got me.
They're not bad at all.
And my parents live by like a little lake and stuff, so yeah, they're even worse. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, maybe they didn't get everybody. They got me one night. But anyways, we had a good trip in Chicago. Visited the fam, saw a lot of other,
family members.
Yeah, and it was just it was a good trip.
It was. Well, I ate good. I eat good every time I go there.
Yeah, that's one thing. Well, you eat good. What do you mean? I cook all the time.
No, I'm just saying Chicago has really good food.
Yeah, the pizza is way better, right? I did cheat a little. Every time I go back, I always cheat a little bit. Either I have an Italian beef sandwich or pizza.
You didn't this time.
I had a couple slices of pizza because it's so good.
I had the deep dish pizza. And then I took the kids one day so Jeff could spend time with his family a little more without the distraction of our kids. I took the kids down to downtown Naperville, and we just walked around, and I kind of did like how you and I do, like a you and I day, but then with the kids. I took them to this place called Hugo Frogs. It's not a kid.
Hugo's Frog Bar.
Hugo's Frog Bar.
Yeah.
And it's not really a kid place at all, but there's something about going to a really nice restaurant and getting their salads.
Well, it's a steakhouse.
But their BLT salads with chicken are my favorite. And that's what I get every single time. And I got an Aperol Spritz, and it was so good. I don't know. It's just like when you go to a nice restaurant, like the drinks are always good and the food was good.
And the waiters are top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boys, they
waiters
don't have
and waitresses. Sorry.
Kids, they don't have kids menus there. So Lawson got salmon, adult salmon. They felt cool.
Good.
Because they had adult stuff. But I mean, that's not something I would normally do, especially here in Denver. But we were, when you're on vacation, you do things that normally you wouldn't do. But it was fun. It was a good day. And then the next day, I needed to get some stuff, some clothes, because we are going on a cruise. And I could not, I just did everything that the boys wanted to do in Naperville. You cannot look at all, with the kids. Their attention span, they're like, okay, are you done? Did you see everything? And I'm like, no, guys, we just walked in the store. So I went back. Jeff took the kids to his brother's pool, and you guys stayed. And it was so nice going into a dressing room. I've not been in a dressing room in years, and just trying on stuff at my own pace, my own time, not rushing. And because normally it's buying off Amazon or you go in Target and you're like, oh, that's a cute dress. And I just hold it up and I guess. I'm like, okay, a large, that will fit me. And it was nice just trying things on.
I bet. You need some you time,
Yes.
for sure. There's a lot going on. And
this summer, what I love it. You can get burned out. Every mom knows this, but you can get burned out. But then it's nice and refreshing just to have a little bit of you time, and then you feel good.
Yeah.
So I do need to get my hair extensions tightened. They're hanging by a thread. I haven't been able to get them tightened because I've been with the boys. Oh yeah, like when we were traveling, you can see them in the back. So they're just, I could probably pull them out myself.
When you getting those fixed?
Before our cruise, because I got to get my hair colored.
Yeah. So like I said, guys, if you listen to this podcast, there's a lot going on back home. I'm sure you realize, again, don't want to share details at this point, but we're supposed to go on a cruise when is it? Next week. We're supposed to be going.
Like 10 days, I think we're supposed to leave. Jeff is waiting to see if it's good for you to go.
Yeah, so I'll be a last minute decision. If we go, great. If I have to stay back and Jordan goes, then I can help out with the kids. But Big Sexy's coming in to help out with the kids. So we'll do a podcast with Big Sexy too before, if I leave or both of us leave, we'll get one of those in too. Because everybody loved the podcast with your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
they love
like
that.
A little surprise.
So yeah, so waiting on that. A lot to talk about. Again, not ready to share. I hate saying that every week because everyone's probably interested, but I guess you could read between the lines a little bit. Other than that, back at work today. What day is today?
Tuesday.
This will come out tomorrow. Oh yeah, so it will be timely. We have been watching Big Brother for a lot of you that are asking. Jordan is on this season. I came back last season. I was off for a couple seasons. I just didn't watch it. I didn't have the time with, life gets in the way sometimes and it's a big commitment. But we are back on this season and I'm already into it. Rachel's back. I'm sure everyone wants to hear our opinions on that as well as the rest of the cast. So what we decided was maybe on Fridays, similar to what I did back with Big Brother, minus the house guests and minus the production and minus CBS. So something similar to what we did, actually wouldn't be similar at all. We just kind of brainstormed over the weekend. I'm like, you know what? Since we're both watching Big Brother and people are really interested in our take on Big Brother, but all of our audience might not listen to Big Brother. They might just know us from different things, whatever it may be. I think 80 to 90% of you watched us on Big Brother and know us from Big Brother. But in case you didn't, we don't want to just touch on Big Brother episodes during our regular Monday, Wednesday podcast. We were going to start a special live podcast every Friday where I actually talked with our producers right now before this show started. So everything's kind of in the works. We're going to film an episode tomorrow, our podcast that comes out on Monday. And then Thursday, we're going to do some testing. And if all that goes good, we're going to do a live episode around 3 or 4 p.m. Mountain Time, as long as I don't have a shoot during that day. I want to get back as early as I can and start that podcast. It'll be live on our YouTube if you guys could make it. Great. We'll take your questions while we're doing that, but we'll recap our episode. And we were thinking about bringing in some ex-house guests, especially that played on our season 13, that played also with Rachel, get their points of view, maybe some people that we haven't even met over the last couple of years, and then some maybe names that you guys know. So it's all dependent on if anyone's willing to come on our podcast, who's willing to participate. Otherwise, it's just going to be me and Jordan, especially this Friday. It's going to be us two, so we don't have to talk about it the whole time on this podcast because there's so much information, 3 episodes a week. We'll just do a Friday rundown, give our opinions on what we feel about the new cast, again, how Rachel's doing, and the gameplay of the house guests. And I thought it'd just be fun, grab a beer, grab a drink, sit down with us. And if you can't make it, obviously it'll live on, we'll probably put it on our podcast as well as the YouTube, but just something that we were thinking about. I know every single person who played Big Brother over the last 27 seasons has a recap show. So we're not trying to start anything new here, but just for the people that do listen, I thought it'd be nice to kind of hang out with us, take some questions, start the weekend off right. And
a lot of people have asked. They want to know. And I haven't watched in a couple years.
And you're finally back. So I figured, why not capitalize?
I do like this cast.
Yeah, they did a great job, just before. yeah, they did a good job, I thought. And having Rachel back is just like
That just is like the cherry on top.
yeah,
Because
it's
she's
funny.
a personality.
But you know what's funny? What's even funnier is that like I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know, she was on a couple seasons ago. It's season 27.
I know.
We're on 11 and 13. Like we are speaking out. Yeah, we are out of the loop. You know what I mean? So time
we're
goes by
like
fast.
the old people now.
Yeah, we're the old people.
Because when I was watching, some people are like, oh, these are my favorite seasons. And some of them never even seen
oh no,
13 or 11. So they're probably like, who are you?
oh for sure. Yeah, they have no idea.
Yeah, but I'm thinking back when I was 22, and then people who were like, oh, I was on season 6, I was on season 5, I was on season 4, and I was on season 11, and I would be like, who are you?
Yeah, that was only 5 years ago. I mean, we were on 16 years ago. So.
Yeah, it's old news,
Yeah.
but I know people still like hearing and knowing your opinions because it does bring people together.
It definitely it brought, you know, my family closer. A lot of the people that I used to interview are like, oh man, this really brought my family together. So that's definitely a thing that it brings people together. And it's on 3 days a week. So the kids now, we're watching it with them and they're like, were you in that house? So they have a lot of questions themselves. And it just brings back a lot of nostalgia and other feelings, you know, and I don't like to turn my back on anything that I've ever done in my past, good or bad. And to be perfectly honest, I've said it 1,000 times. If it wasn't for Big Brother, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Not like I'm top of the world or anything, but because of that opportunity, I know where I came from. So I'm not too good for that opportunity. And just to relive some of those moments.
The stepping
absolutely.
point.
It was a stepping stone.
Because you were trying in LA and in your words, you said you failed the first time.
Yes.
I didn't say that. You said
for
that
sure.
Because people will be like,
no,
you're not supportive. And
no,
then
I've
Big
definitely
Brother
failed.
happened. And that just gave you a little bit of a platform and to move forward.
Right. It was a stepping stone into other things. And, you know, let's take a quick little break and we'll stick on this. I kind of like the subject. We'll stick on it a little bit where I went after.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but I have a lot of bad habits.
You do.
One of my favorite positive habit is AG1. I take it every single morning. I don't miss a day. I take it on the road with me with the travel packs. I drink it every day. So I don't even know what it's like to not be on AG1 because I've been taking it for so long.
I have to give Jeff props. Anytime we go out of town or even if we're just like 2 hours away, you never forget your AG1. You were the best about it.
So in one scoop of AG1, it contains 75 vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, and superfoods to support your whole body health. And right now, that's exactly what I need.
It's good for your gut health. I know that's so important.
You know what other habit I have?
What?
I'm kind of cheap.
You are.
And instead of getting a cup of coffee for $3 a day, I rather drink AG1 because it's good for your body. It's good for you. And at $3 a day, you can't even get a cup of coffee anymore.
Start giving your body the nutrients it deserves. Just head to our link, drinkag1.com/togetherness to subscribe for less than $3 a day. If you use our link, you'll also get a free welcome kit with a shaker bottle, 5 AG1 travel packs, and more with your first purchase. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness. Thank you, AG1, for sponsoring this podcast. Going on almost, 2 years now?
And trust me, if I could afford it, so can you. Alrighty, welcome back.
Welcome back.
And we're live. All right, that was Christopher Walken. Yeah, I was trying to be Jimmy Fallon.
You're trying to be Donovan?
I was trying to be Jimmy Fallon from that. And we're back. We talked about it with him and Ben Affleck or whatever he did. Anyways, continuing that conversation with stepping stones and stuff. A lot of people are asking like, hey, would you ever go back to reality TV? Would you do it again? Again, CBS and Big Brother were amazing to me. And they gave me so many experiences. We met, did our wedding or engagement on there. I got to work all those years behind the scenes with everybody. So I got my chops through there, and that introduced me to Alex Boyland, who I did Around the World for free for. And then we started doing reality TV a little bit, which got me into Daily Blast Live, which is why I had to leave CBS.com in the first place. The second time they brought me back, that was for different reasons why they let me go. But it did give me everything that I have. And then I got Daily Blast Live, and when people ask me, would I ever do reality TV again? given the circumstances I'm in right now, you know, I'm on a smaller show. Things are a little different right now. It would have to depend on the show, and you know, there would be a lot of factors involved. I don't think I could leave for 3 months, to be perfectly honest with you, to play a whole summer of Big Brother. If I did make it to the jury house, that'd be a long time for me, and I'd have a hard time leaving you and the kids. Or if both of us went, that would be impossible to leave the kids over all summer. But I think
like you having a career.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to do.
This was a long time ago. This guy told me, he said, when you do reality TV, he was like, just be expected that you're going to be molded into you'll never get out of reality TV. It's so hard to step out of that and be someone else. And which is true. But you have been able to step out of that because you got Daily Blast Live and you got to do other things with Alex around the world for free. And you've shown that you can do other things besides reality television. I like you being able to branch out and do other things that you love instead of being a 50-year-old guy playing a reality show and trying to win prize money. I would rather you have your career and normalcy than going back on reality television playing games.
No, I totally get that. And I
don't mean that bad. And I'm not disrespecting anybody if they do go back and do that.
No, it's great that people have the opportunity. Like Rachel has the opportunity, or all the people from Big Brother that moved on. And I'm talking more specifically Big Brother, but that moved on to the challenge. And, you know,
they're doing
have
great.
A couple seasons a year.
But
so
they're
getting
like 20-something years old.
Absolutely.
30-something years old. And my grandpa always told me this. He was just like, it's good for now, but unless you're on a hit show, I say this all the time, like a Jersey Shore or something like that. Yeah, you've made a career out of reality television, but doing reality competition type shows, you can't really, yes, it's more so on the influencing side now that you make more money, where people pay for you to go on trips, advertise their products, things like that. That's more so where you make the money. I think going on shows where they're like, oh, I'll pay you $100,000, $200,000. Yeah, that's nice up front. But in 5 years, you're not going to be making that, you know, after your taxes and you pay your agent and all of that, it'll be gone. And that's why I always say, have the career.
Right. But the career is not going as well as I'd like right now. So
yeah, but it's
I
just
love what I do, and
business.
I love the opportunity that I have right now, and I really do enjoy it. It's just I need, you know, I'll never be satisfied. It's just
even at Daily Blast Live, you weren't satisfied. No. You complained about stuff. I always
want to do more. So even if my plate's full, I want to put an extra helping on there. That's just how I am. I'm never content, which is a problem. I think it's a negative, to be honest with you. Some people might think it's a positive, but I don't want to stop wherever I'm at. I always want to grow. And I got knocked back a little bit losing Daily Blast Live, just career-wise and emotional-wise. But
hang on, Daily Blast Live and what's going on in your life right now, those are two huge hits that anybody would be brought down to their knees, and it did to you. And you have been able to, I can't heal what you've been going through and your emotions, but I can like keep you going and motivating you and try to help you keep up on your feet and keep moving forward. I can't fix hurt you're feeling and everything else you're feeling, but that's why I push you, because sometimes, and I've said this before, you lose your drive a little bit. And I'm like, no, you can do this. You have to keep pushing forward. You have to keep your mind clear, because if you do think about everything that has happened and you've gotten punched hard, anybody else would be like, I don't know where they would be, not sharing too much, but I feel bad for you. I feel bad for what you've been going through, and I can't help you, you know? And I've tried to just be like, not tough love, but be like, you can do this, because sometimes when you get hit as hard as you have, you're like, I don't even care.
Well, when your mind's not right, and I've talked about this, that's why I have to read positive stuff. When your mind's not right, you're not right. You tell your mind what to do. And if you, again, a quote I live by, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And I've said that multiple times on a podcast, but it's 1,000% true. And right now there's doubt in my head, and I don't know if it's everything going on or just the blows I've gotten in my career. It's, in my head right now is like, you probably can't do it. That's the answer right there. If I'm telling myself that I probably can't get another show, or I probably can't get a bigger show, or I don't know how long this hosting thing is going to last, it's not going to last. If I tell myself I'm going to make this show that I'm on bigger, I'm going to get bigger things, I'm going to grow the show, whatever it may be, I'm going to do that as well. So I need to start getting back to telling myself, I can
But you have to give yourself grace.
Right.
Because it's understandable the emotions this year. I'm not talking about Daily Blast Live. I'm talking about what Jeff's going through now. It's understandable right now for your emotions, how they have been, to keep steady, because some days you're good, some days not so good, some days motivation, some days not, but it's okay.
Yeah. And it's not, like I said, I haven't been taking care of myself as much as I should. And that plays into your mindset too. So it all goes hand in hand, and everything that I've learned, about positivity and motion causes emotion,
what Dave
things like
taught
that.
You.
Yeah. All that stuff I've learned over the years, I got to reteach myself. I know the answers and I know what's going on. And I've given myself, maybe I haven't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. And it all makes sense when I'm ready to talk about it. But that's not what I'm getting at. I'm getting more about, the career and, where I want to go from here. So starting that Friday show was, another step in, let's try something new. Let's roll the dice a little bit, because I wanted to do like a daily talk show, just me and you. That was all. I'm just throwing out all my ideas now. I have 1,000. I have a million ideas, but I pitch some shows at work, for different things. And I've never stopped doing that. So I've always doing that. It's just the business has changed so much. The doubt that I have in my head is, has the business changed, or have I changed? Am I aging out of this business? Am I not relevant anymore? Am I not good at my job? Are my ideas stupid? The doubt is starting to creep in, even though I'm on a show right now. But I want to do more. I always want to do more.
I don't think it's just you. If you talk to other people in television, which I talked to somebody the other day who is on air, and you'd think, wow, you have an amazing career, and they're not happy. And I think everyone's having doubt now.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not happy where I'm at. It's just like, again, I can't.
It's just where it's going.
To the ins and outs
just
of
where it's going.
Everything. But yeah, it's. I do love what I do right now. I wish it was more, but it's not. So I need to make more. I can't wait on the phone to ring, and you can never wait on the phone to ring. You always got to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. So I'm getting back to that, but emotionally, it's harder. To do all those things. Because when you're down in this business, I was telling Jordan, even on the ride home, you're going to get told no 99 times. And maybe one time you're going to get told yes. And you don't even know if that yes is going to go anywhere. So I have all the things that I preached over the years and keep in my mind right. I have to get back to those, because I know they work and I know I'm fading away from it. So letting doubt seep into my head about what I can and can't do is not a good thing. It's not a good thing as far as I'm concerned. But, the kids are getting older. My time is limited. I can't just be like, you know what, I'm going to shut it down for a month and take care of me. I don't have that luxury to do anymore, because our family, and we have to get out and do things and take care of other things. So it's just, there's a lot more at stake. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm making excuses for myself. But yeah,
You want to take some voicemails?
You want to switch it up?
Yeah, let's switch it up.
Okay, should we take a break? I don't even know how long we've been going.
Sure, let's take a break.
Okay, take a break. All right, welcome back. Yeah, so I don't know why I started talking about all that stuff. It's just, I have been thinking a lot about, other things to do. Again, love the job, just want to create some more content. I miss that. That's what I love about this business, and been getting told a lot I'm on 98, so I think I need one more no and hopefully a yes. So I've been getting a lot of no's lately. But
and we didn't go too deep in with Big Brother because we're saving it for Friday.
Right. So again, we're gonna try to do a live on Friday. We'll let you
coming Friday.
Right. This is coming out Wednesday. So in 2 days, we're gonna try to have the live. We'll check back in on our Instagram or the Togethermess Instagram, and we'll let you guys know specific details. If you could show up, great. We'll take your questions, talk to you a little bit. Like I said, in the future, we're going to have some guests. I already know our first guest who I talked to from Big Brother 13 a lot. So we'll have him on if he's available. I have all these ideas in my head, and I don't, you know what I mean? I got all this sand and no sandbox.
All right, let's start.
But yeah, we're going to take some voicemails. Our producer said, hey, just so you know, these aren't like light and fluffy ones, so I might hit a little harder, but let's go for it.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. This one's Molly, work and home. I was just talking about that.
Hi, Jeff and Jordan. This is Molly. I am from Indiana. I first wanted to say that I love you guys. I have followed you since Big Brother, like everybody. But I had more of a serious question for mainly Jordan. How do you not resent Jeff when you are handling basically everything at home, the kids, bills, everything at home, and then Jeff is out of the home working? I am struggling with that in my marriage. I feel like resentment has set in because I am doing everything at home and my husband is out of the office or out of the house working and, just comes home and everything is done. And I mean, from cleaning, groceries, laundry, kids, just bills, everything. And he just works, which I know is important, obviously. And if he didn't, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do. But I don't know how you stop resentment from setting in. So I didn't know if you had any tips for that or advice. Anyways, you guys are awesome, and I look forward to listening to your podcast every week. Bye.
I love this question. This is
Molly,
something,
thank you. And Riley, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, this isn't light and fluffy.
This is
real life.
Something Jeff and I talked about the other day. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, you guys, whatever. We're very honest and raw on here. I'll be on it. People will come at me, but
don't worry about what people think.
I had a mental breakdown the
Yes.
other day, like crying, could not stop crying. I was so upset. And, cause I have been doing everything and just exhaustion. What Jeff has been going through his emotions are off. Our connections are not vibing. Help me out here.
No,
I'm not saying the wrong thing.
Why are you so worried about what people think?
know.
You're just sharing what's going on, just like Molly.
We've been off.
I've been dealing with a lot mentally, so I've been a little more closed off. But I think you could really relate to Molly in this sense. So
Yes,
you have to tell the.
I have this summer, you try to give your kids the best summer. Same thing with you, Molly. Laundry, just taking care of the kids 24/7. Jeff, his emotions lately, just everything. And you're trying to be the best for your husband. You're trying to be the best for your kids. And then you almost feel like you're left out and nobody's thinking of your emotions. And I did. I broke down the other day and I couldn't stop crying. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And I never, ever cry in front of my kids. And Lawson and Leighton both were like, why are you crying? You never cry. And they were like, it's something wrong with you. And I couldn't stop. And then Jeff, we both had to talk it out. And I was just telling him my feelings and how I have been feeling. And then he apologized for certain things. And, we made up. But it's hard. It's really hard. And people on Instagram, I don't think it helps with Instagram because you're seeing all these people traveling to these wonderful places. You're seeing everybody posting their marriage is perfect and their kids are perfect and everybody's just so great. And no one is sharing when you get stressed out or you feel like you're doing everything and everything just builds up and you're having resentment for your partner, and nobody shares that because that looks bad. That's not a good look if you show that. But we all have that. We all have our breakdowns. We all have our moments or, oh, I feel like I'm doing so much. And Molly, you're not the only one. I'm in a group chat with like 5 other moms, and we're all like, we're doing a mom's trip, and the dads are going to hang out and watch the kids. And, you know, a lot of times you feel like you have to take on the load of your house, and you forget about yourself a lot. But I think if your husband gets home and he's okay with you know, taking either have a girls' night or go get a pedicure. Sometimes I'll leave at 5:00 and I'll go get a pedicure because I'm like, I just want to get my feet done and I want to sit in silence, and I don't want anybody to say mom 60 times today. I don't want anybody saying, you know, today I was doing the yard, I did laundry, everything, and I loved it because I was busy. But Leighton's like, Mom, it was something so simple. Can you unscrew this? I go, Leighton, you can't do that, which he could. It's not something that was too tight for him. He just wants me to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's summertime and you've probably been with your kids 24/7. You're not in a routine. Nobody's probably sleeping their normal bedtimes. And that is another reason why you're probably feeling that way.
Yeah, Molly, you hit on something, that every couple struggles with. So if you're not, you're full of shit too. But yeah it's something every couple struggles with.
You got to talk to your husband though. You have to.
I was going to say my advice, you know, I don't know what to do either. Because when Jordan was crying this weekend, I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. So your husband might be taken by surprise because I don't know what's happening in a woman's emotions, let alone my own emotions right now. So we're 2 mental cases.
He's like,
over
I
here.
didn't even know you felt that way. And I was like, how did you not know that?
So anyways, every couple goes through ups and downs. For sure, us included, including this past weekend with everything going on. But my advice to you would be get a babysitter. I understand maybe financially times are tough. We're not rolling in it either, but get a babysitter one night. Go out for drinks. If you don't drink, treat yourself to a nice dinner and go and talk it out. Sit there and get everything out. Tell him how you're feeling. I'm sure maybe he has no idea that you're even feeling that. And he'll, as a man's response, people will probably not like this. It's like, what do you want me to do? I'm out working every day. I need to be at work, right? But he also, and I also need to pay attention to your wife's feelings, something that I have lacked because of everything I was going through. But also, even when I wasn't going through stuff, sometimes you're just not aware of that. You're in your own world trying to focus on your own things. Life's hard, and it's all about balance, you know, balancing your health, balancing your friendships, balancing your relationship with your significant other. It's something we deal with. Everybody deals with. It's just finding that balance, and I don't ever think you can. It's just about, you know, make sure the water doesn't go too far to one side and sink the ship.
I think a date night, even if it's a movie, just going and doing something together. Whenever Jeff and I, if we are like butting heads a lot, if we do a date night, it's like we have so much fun together. Right. And then we always say every single time, why don't we do this more? And we don't, because it's easier just to grill at home, sit at home and have drinks and just be home. But you need that break, both of you, and you need that connection, whether it's having sex or, you know, just probably saying too much.
No.
You just have to connect. And I think if you stay quiet, and I have a problem with it too. Sometimes I stay quiet and then I have a big explosion. That's normally how it happens for me.
During sex? I needed to lighten the mood a little bit.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
Good job. And then I hold it all in and then I explode. But I do that. I've done that ever since I was younger. And just talk it out. And do not feel weird at all, because we all go through it. We all are feeling this way. I think a lot of moms during summer. And yes, take care of yourself.
It's a good one. And
I love this question. I like people getting like deep.
Yeah, we like having fun too. But, you know, time, again, things aren't perfect, and we're not going to hide the fact that things aren't perfect either. We might not share it every episode, but if someone asks, we'll give you an honest answer. You want to take one more voicemail?
Yeah,
you know
let's
what?
get deep.
Something we could
Thanks
get into,
calling,
but
Molly.
maybe another time. Yeah, thank you, Molly. And again, try to work it out. Your husband might not even have an idea that you're feeling this way. So talk it out would be our advice. What happened to going out? Like, I don't want to get into this whole thing, but when I was a kid, like going out to dinner was like a big deal.
Me and you talked about
I know,
this.
we were just talking about this. And our kids are ungrateful little jerks. And when we go out to dinner, like to a nice place, can I have your phone? I don't want that. I don't want this. Like, so ungrateful. Like that really,
dinner? Why do we have to go
really
to dinner?
bothers me.
And
I'm like, it's Friday and I worked all week and I'm treating you guys to a nice dinner and we could go get ice cream after. And you guys are like complaining because one person has a phone. Like that's something we need to work on because our kids are so ungrateful. And I remember like getting ready and like, I know people think
put on your nice
Red Lobster
clothes.
sucks. I used to love going to Red Lobster. That was like a treat. We'd go hit it and do Red Lobster.
Oh, Outback when back home when I was like in high school, that was nice. And it was packed. And there was always a long wait and you get dressed up with your parents.
Yeah.
And you sit and you talk. And it was like such a good night. And then we'd all be full and then we'd go home and watch a movie. And you were talking about going to Blockbuster and getting a movie at Blockbuster. And the worst part of the night was if there was a movie you really wanted and it was taken
or
already.
a game, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about when I'm younger. When I got a little older, we go to Sunday brunch or something. I'm like, oh my God, this beautiful buffet.
Yes.
Like.
And our kids now, it's just like, oh, I don't want to go to dinner. Gosh, I don't want to sit there. What? I always tell my kids, I'm like, when we were younger, it was like a treat to do this. It was a birthday or it was just a Friday night.
Yeah, I don't. I could keep going about that, but we got to work. We got a lot to work on.
We have a lot to work on.
Should we take one more or should we end it there? We're going a little long.
No, let's go.
Oh, Jordan's in the mood now. For what? All right, let's let's listen to this one. This is Devin, agree or disagree.
Hey guys, this is Devin from Oklahoma. I have held off on calling your hotline because I love your show so much, but I just listened to You Ring, and you talked about how you love hearing from your listeners, and I finally decided, all right, I'm going to cave. I'm going to call you guys. I love the episode where you guys were talking about how Jeff throws the really large items in the small bathroom trash can and how you talked about how you make the bed every day. My husband gets annoyed at me because I make the bed every day. And he says, well, I'm just going to get right back in the bed that same night. Then I get annoyed with him because he leaves the drawer for his socks and underwear open all the time. And I'm like, why do you keep leaving this drawer open? He's like, well, here's the thing. I'm going to get in it again when I go to get my next pair of socks or underwear. So why shut it? And I told him one day, I said, listen, you're going to go take a dump again. Are you going to pull your pants up or leave them down? Why don't you just leave them down then? There's no point in pulling your pants up if you're going to sit there and go take another dump later. Get my point? You make your bed, you close your drawers on the dresser. He didn't understand. He thought I was dumb. So, do you guys agree with me? Close the drawers, make the bed. Love you guys so much. Keep doing your thing. Everybody loves you. Bye.
I love these calls.
These are good ones.
I feel like I'm talking with my girlfriends and Jeff is just sitting with the girlfriends hearing these conversations.
Listen, marriage is hard. And if you guys want to know what it feels like to play Big Brother, we're talking about people that we love, Devin and Molly and their husbands and Jordan and I. We get on each other's nerves. We're human beings. We get on the other person's nerves. Now put 15 people in one house and they can't leave. Now you know what it's like to play Big Brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just a microcosm of what it's like. But getting back to the relationship aspect of those things, it's hard. Everything she's saying, it's hard.
That's stuff little things we bicker about.
It's just like there's always something, whether it's the sock drawer or Jordan still with her giant bowls in the dishwasher. I still take them out and wash them myself. And I'm like fuming. I'm like, why do you continue to put these in here? But everyone's got their little quirks and hangups and
Jeff
things like
and I
that.
one night we're fighting and he's like, if we like divorced and got married to somebody else, it'd be the same problems, just different. Just
for
a
sure.
different person.
It doesn't matter who you marry.
It's all the same.
It's all pizza.
Yeah.
It's all the same. There's some good pizza, but there's no bad pizza.
What about,
I don't know if that's a good analogy.
He made the bed this morning, but I didn't like how the bed was made. I felt like the pillows were not propped up the way I wanted them. So I like remade the bed and made it more crisp.
Every single morning, I go, I'm not making this bed today. Every single morning. And then I'm like, if you don't make this bed, you're a fucking loser. Like, if you can't do that today, you're never going to accomplish anything. And if you want a good making bed story, listen to Admiral McRaven, his commencement speech. I forgot, maybe it was for the University of Texas, but just Google Admiral McRaven and listen to that speech and you'll make your bed for the rest of your life, because he talks all about that. But that's part of the motivation that I have to tell myself. And if I get to a point where I'm not making my bed, you better check on me, because something's going on. So I might not make it up to Jordan standards, but I do put in an effort and make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, everybody's got their little hangups. No relationship is perfect. There's always going to be those little things, and it might be so dumb as a sock drawer, but those are a culmination of everything that happened the last couple of weeks, and the sock drawer was the last one, and then boom, the blow up starts. And then you're like, over a sock drawer? No, it wasn't. It was over much more than that.
Or I'll walk, like every morning I don't understand. There's pee in our toilet, in every toilet. I'm like, why does nobody flush the toilet?
There's 3 boys in here.
Why do we have boys? We're recording right.
Come on, let us finish up.
And
you're okay.
Yeah, there's pee in every single toilet. I'm like, is this a boy? Is having boys? And I'm the only girl. It drives me nuts.
What happened to if it's yellow, let it mellow rule?
Jeff, on that note,
Hey, by the way, Devin, that was a good analogy.
Devin, I love
go take a shit. Are you not going to pull your pants up because you're going to shit again? That's like such a thing like Jordan would say. I don't know. It's just very... Those voice messages are real things that are going on. These are things we talk about with our neighbors when we're sitting on a driveway. We make fun of me and my buddies or my neighbors, the cul-de-sac boys. We're playing like bocce ball or something, complaining about our wives. And I know they're sitting in the chair right next to us, bitching about us because they'll be pointing at one of us. So this is just life. You know what I mean? But it is important to communicate. And I'm talking to myself and you now. You know that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't communicate. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. Sometimes there might be life events going on that you just don't feel like talking about anything. There's always some reason, right? But you have to communicate to your partner what that reason is. And I need to take note of that myself.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to say something.
No, it's just communicating. Once we communicate, we talk, and then we connect.
All right.
But then we couldn't live without each other, even though we annoy each other. I told your mom, she makes me laugh. She said to me, it was so funny. It was I was talking about you and I. I was like, oh, Mary. I was like, Jeff and I were just sometimes button heads. And she goes, just wait till the end of the year when he does his goals again. You guys will be better. That's what she told me.
Yeah, I have been slacking, but it all goes hand in hand. I mean, we were talking about some other stuff career-wise at the beginning of this podcast, but it all comes full circle. It's if you don't treat your body like with respect and take care of yourself and keep yourself healthy and exercise and keep your mind right, things go downhill. And then the negative thoughts start creeping in. Again, I'm talking to myself, and whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because if you think you can't, you're never going to do it. But if you push those aside, you make your bed in the morning, you push through obstacles, you try to be better every day, you might get 99 no's, but you're going to get that one no. And it's all because you did all those other things before that moment. So I need to start, I might have to go listen to myself on this podcast.
I have to what helped me was walking. And I haven't been walking because I'm with the kids all the time. And today I asked the kids, I was like, let's go to the high school and walk the track. And it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, why not?
It's the same for them too. They have to, I know they're kids and they play all day, but they got to eat the right things. I'm really worried about what's in our food now. That's a whole nother podcast. But I I think we got enough. I think this was a long one. Let's end it there because we could keep rolling.
All right.
Here's a little quote. You must live in the present. Launch yourself on every wave. Find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look towards another land. There is no other land. There is no other life but this. Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Sorry we went a little long and babbled, but thank you so much for the phone calls, Molly and Devin. Those were excellent, and it's real life there. So don't be ashamed of anything.
Keep sending them.
Yeah, send in some other hard hitters.
Ones.
And like I said, if you are still with us, tune in Friday or check our Instagram, I should say, and we'll let you know if we're going to have that recap show on Friday. It's something I'd like to do every Friday. I understand people can't make it, but it will be available after we do it live. But if you are on live, we'll take some of your questions, live while we're doing the recap show. And again, I want to extend this off for some ex-house guests and things like that and talk about it.
Yeah, and talk Big Brother.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys love that. Thank you for continuing to listen, download, subscribe, tag your friends. And thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye.